we have Mike Gallagher, another conservative talk show host, who's telling everybody in the country, go get a gun. Well, and where's this going to lead? And every other host, the Beck and Liddy and Lars Larson and just about every one of them you can imagine is saying, hey, you know what? The government is coming for you. The government is coming. They're going to take away your guns. Okay? So make sure you grab them. And then G. Gordon Liddy says, don't even register them. But let's listen to Gallagher here. Let's watch.
Continuing here on the Mike Gallagher Show, I'm glad you're along for the ride. You got to hear this audio. It's extraordinary. Last night on MSNBC's Hardball, liberal David Schuster, the host, teaming up with liberal writer Charles Blow, who wrote a column trying to blame the shooting deaths of 3 Pittsburgh police officers on conservatives.
Right. I don't know what's happening in his case yet, and he will go to trial. We'll find out more about his case. But I think that what's happening in that echo chamber is very dangerous because it only takes a couple of people or one person to do something that with a gun that is very irresponsible, that leads to something like this. And I feel like if you are going to let these people ramble on, if they feel like that's a responsible way to use the platform that they have, then that's very unfortunate.
Unfortunate. The echo chamber. Let's listen to what he called it.
What's happening in that echo chamber is very dangerous.
What's dangerous? People are talking and worried and concerned and want to defend this country and defend themselves with guns. See, liberals hate the idea of an armed citizenry. They just hate the concept. They despise it. It terrifies them. You know what? I have been promising for the last 6 months that I want to get a gun. I mean, it's no question. There's no mystery that my wife Denise, when she was alive, she abhorred the idea. We fought about it. We actually had some pretty bad arguments because I really felt as her guardian and as my family's protector, I want to have a gun. She died last June. It's time I get a gun and do what I know to be right. Well, you know what? I don't want to do it alone. I just realized something. You know what would be a perfect exercise? For our show, we reach a lot of people, north, south, east, west. You know what we need to do on the Mike Gallagher Show? We need to get a national movement to register as many people as we can who, like me, have not been gun owners to become gun owners.
Genius idea.
We're going to do, and I have one of those moments. Once in a while I get these inspirational moments where I just know it's going to come together. We're going to set up a website. We're going to get listener participation on this. We're going to register and create as many gun owners, new first-time gun owners as possible. I don't even want to set a number. I'm number 1. I'll be the first one. Eric Hansen on my staff says he's going to do it. He loves the idea. We're going to start a movement on the Mike Gallagher Show and register as many people as possible to become legitimate, lawful, law-abiding gun owners for the first time. We'll set up a site. We'll have you sign on. We'll figure out a way to verify it just so we can, confirm the number and get as many people as possible to register and become first-time gun owners. And by the way, don't even bother to try to call and say it's a bad idea, because I think this is one of the best ideas I've had in a lot of years.
It probably is one of the best ideas you've had, because all you do is come up with dumbass ideas. Yeah, really, that's the problem in this country, right? We don't have enough guns. That's our main concern, right? So everybody gets armed, and then we all carry around guns. And if anybody does anything slightly wrong, or if we think the government is doing anything wrong, what do? Well, let's ask Lars Larson what we're going to do. I'm going to play this clip again, okay? Listen to another conservative talk show host about what you should do if the government shows up at your door.
We're going to end up with justices who think they can break free of the constraints of the Constitution, perhaps on the Second Amendment, one of my favorites. Phil writes in, Lars, I've always said if the gun grabbers come to my front door and demand my guns due to some unconstitutional law being passed by the loony lefties in Washington, D.C., I'll have no choice but to hand them over. However, they will receive all of my ammunition first, all of it, just as fast as I can possibly give it to them.
As fast as Gibberly Wong did, 98 shots in under a minute? Is that what you're talking about? That's what you're encouraging folks to do? Oh, he's just reading a listener email. That's all he's doing. Wink. Look, when you combine this madness about guns, about how they have to be fully armed to the teeth, because as G. Gordon Liddy's talking about, the Marxists and the liberals are trying to establish dominion over their lives, as if we would give a flying something about their lives, right? I don't want anything to do with G. Gordon Liddy's life. I would prefer to never see that man again. So now they say, not only do you have to get all these guns, and Liddy says don't even register them, hide them, right? But if the government comes for you, well, you know how to use them, right? And G. Gordon Liddy in the past has said, if agents show up at your door, take headshots. Aim for their heads, okay? These guys are absolutely insane. Now, when you combine those two things, all these guns and the political message, you think somebody's not going to do something stupid again, like the guy in Pittsburgh? That all of these gun owners, they're all going to be perfectly rational, and they're going to be perfectly, law-abiding, etc., and none of them are going to get riled up by any of these political messages. Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. If someone does something stupid and takes a shot at Obama, okay, now it's such a terrible idea that you're not even supposed to talk about it, right? But these guys keep pushing and pushing and pushing. There will be holy hell in this country. Because they didn't win politically. They lost. And it looks like they're going to lose even more senators and congressmen as the days go on. And it looks like they're becoming a minority party, the Republicans. So is this egging people on to have victory in another way? I don't know. Why do they keep encouraging everybody to grab as many weapons as possible, and then if the government comes for them, you know what to do? Wink, wink. Man, I would be so beside myself with anger if anybody was to do anything like that. And I can't imagine what so many people in this country would think. And then they'd say, you know what they'd say? Oh, what are you going to do? I have my First Amendment rights. Well, did something happen? Oh, we feel terrible. We just feel awful about that. Golly gee willikers. Well, you look at that. These people are sick.